Task 3.6 says design suitable test data to test the code thoroughly and justify your choice. What we should know is that test data can be categorized as follows. You can have normal test data, you can have abnormal test data, and you can have boundary test data. So these are the three categories of data that so if we are designing data test data for a program, then we should have one example of normal test data, one example of abnormal test data, and one example of boundary test data. So let's take a look at our solution. Okay, as you can see here that this is our normal test data. This should be accepted by our program because this is a perfect camel case string, right? So if this is input as a string value, then this should be accepted by the program. It is normal test data. Now the second data value that we've suggested for test data is this one. This is not a camel case string since we do not have any uppercase characters in this. So this is abnormal test data. This should not be accepted by the program. It should be rejected by the program because it does not have any characters in uppercase. Remember, we were supposed to input a camel case string, and in a camel case string each word is separated by uppercase letters, right? And we don't have a single uppercase letter in this case, so this is an example of abnormal test data and it should be rejected. And finally, this is the third example, and this is boundary data. So boundary test data is data that marginally clears itself, that is marginally accepted. You see, what we have here is a boundary value. There is at least one character here that is in uppercase. So we have at least one character in uppercase, therefore you can think of this as a camel case string, right? Here we have three characters in uppercase, but in this string we only have one character in uppercase, so this should be accepted by the program. So this is boundary test data. There is at least one character in uppercase in the string. It should therefore be accepted by the program.